Shalom, family. It's your brother Chris. I pray all is well. I pray everybody having a beautiful and blessed day. This is the day the Most High has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Hallelujah. Welcome back to another edition of Can We Talk and Not Talk? We're going to get right into this thing. Do you weaponize your emotions to get what you want? And we're going to start spiritually with this because it's a lot of people who use this, especially when it comes to the Most High. You know, anytime that, we want something, anytime that things is not going our way, anytime that it's a job or it's materialistic things that we want, people tend to, who operate like this, people tend to start using their emotions for a weapon. And what they'll do is that they'll go through this big old temper tantrum, almost like a little kid, crying snot and doing all these different things to get their way. And a lot of people do that even with the Most High, thinking that they're based upon their emotions that they're going to move the Most High to move on their behalf, where their heart is truly not even set right. Their heart is not even set on the Most High at all. You just going through all of this emotional things. You're moving out your emotions on purpose so you can get what you want. It's a form of manipulation. People do that even with relationships. They do that with each other. A lot of people use their emotions for weapons so they can sway people to either look at them in a different way, so they can avoid accountability, so they can avoid being responsible, so they can avoid consequences or repercussions that a lot of times that they started. They'll throw these emotions out there to have you thinking that it is you. They'll have you thinking that it's something that you did. So they'll manipulate the situation, but they'll use their emotions to do it. They'll get so emotional. They're crying. They be all there. They're just all over the place with how they act and how they responding to the situation. And they want you to pipe down to them. They want you to feel sorry for them, so that way that they'll take the attention off of them, and now the ball is back in your court. So they'll look like that actually that they're the victim. It's another form of victim psychology. People do this all the time, using their emotions to get out of things. It's sad that people do this, but this is something that people do all the time in situations. People, they'll use their emotions to not only just manipulate you, but to also to control you too. Because the more they continue to do this, the more you continue to cater to their emotions, the better they feel about themselves, and the more that they feel like that they're in the right, they're never wrong. They never want to see things your way. Everything is their way. Look at this their way, and they'll use that emotions to get what they want. And people do this all the time. Even in dating, spouses, all of these different things, and relationships, all these things. People do this all the time. A man is not responding to me the way that I want him to respond, so I would throw this emotions out there, and based upon my emotional reaction, then I can get him to look at it the way that I want him to look at it. Instead of just coming straight out and just saying what you want, they'll use their emotions to try to ravish you. They'll use their emotions to try to grasp you, to try to get you to move to the way that they want you to look at things, and we have to be careful with that, because a lot of that comes with deceit. A lot of people do that. They deceive people like that based upon their emotions and the way that they're responding. And a lot of people who is weak-minded, they cater to this. You know, they'll cater to the people who is, you know, they always in their emotions, always in their feelings, they always crying, they always, you know, and really a lot of times deep down in their heart, it's so much deceit there. Deep down in their heart, you know, they laughing and giggling in their heart, but in front of you, they crying and being all over the place and trying to have you feel sorry for them and feel like, oh, well, hey, you know what? Look, it wasn't you, it was me. But the whole time they manipulating you with their emotions. They're using their emotions. They're weaponizing their emotions to get what they want. And this is how a lot of people operate. And you have to be careful. You have to watch out for that. And you also have to make sure that you're not the one that's doing it. Because a lot of times, you know, based upon our emotions, you know, we can do that. Knowingly, unknowingly, even if you think you know, then we have to check ourselves with that. And see, what people would do is, you know, even in relationships, just with friends and different things like that, you know, people are starting to catch on to that. People start to catch on to that, and they start to see that hold on, man, there's something that's not right. Every time something happens, that you go into this emotional state, or you start to put on this front, you start to put on this act, and you try to get out of situations or try to have people looking at you in a different, oh, that's not me, I promise, I'm not this, I'm not that, and you go into this whole type of act to get people to look at you or to view you the way that you want them to view yourself, you know. And that's man, that deceit, that manipulation thing, man, people will run away from you. People would not want to deal with you because of the way that you use your emotions to manipulate people, you know. And we at a time, man, that we have to get our emotions together, men and women, because even men, you know, we do this too. Some men, we do this too. You know what I mean? We use our emotions too, because men do have emotions. We're not supposed to operate out of our emotions, but a lot of us do. And a lot of us, we cause more harm than we do to try to solve things. Because you allow somebody else to get you riled up, and then now you're operating just like them. Instead of calming the situation, you're actually throwing more fire on there. We have to be able to check our emotions at the door, because we at a time right now where, you know, a lot of things is happening. This is another shift, I believe, that just happened in the spiritual realm, and we have to be able to know how to deal with our emotions and our feelings and not get caught up, man, in things that it's so simple to get through. It's so simple. You know, sometimes not saying nothing at all is the best thing. And don't let people manipulate you with their emotions, because they're emotional and they're all over the place, and they want you to conform to their feelings and their emotions. They only gonna see things one way, their way. You know, we have to know, you know, okay, man, this is not a battle for me. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? You got this one, and I'm gonna walk away. But if we allow people's emotions, if we allow people who weaponize their emotions to draw us in, then it's going to get you outside of the spirit, and then you're going to start operating in the same mindset, the same way that they are, based upon, because we took the bait. We have to be able to decipher and understand that, man, if this is a fight that I need to be involved in, because what Satan is doing, the biggest thing is the vision among the people. So we have to, man, we can't get burned out with small matters, get out the spirit so quick because of things like this. Instead of being more mature, we talk about it, but do we apply these things in our lives? We have to be able to get to a point where we say, you know what, I can see through this. I can see the devil coming a mile away. He trying to draw me in with this. People on your job, you know, frustration, distractions, frustration. antagonizing people, antagonizing you. These are tactics. These are things that Satan is using. And it all stems from how people use their emotions. They weaponize it to get to you. You have to understand that you don't respond in a carnal mind. Be spiritual minded. And it's so easy for us to get outside of the spirit when these things are happening. And a lot of times it's because, that you can be in peace and you can have all these things, but Satan is still coming. And the Most High will allow certain things to happen just to test to see, oh man, I got perfect peace and I'm in perfect peace. And man, I'm not going to allow anything to come and mess that up. Well, hey, test is on the way. You spoke it, test on the way. Immediately, test, here it come. Let's see. Oh, okay, you got that perfect peace? Oh, okay, nothing can come and distract that. Okay, we gonna see. We gonna get tested on these things, so we have to understand this and not allow even ourselves to get outside of the spirit of the Most High Yah. That all comes with spiritual discipline. It all comes with self-control and, man, learning how to control this. Who can tame their tongue? Because man, it's so much that we speak on the daily, and we allow our tongue, will allow ourselves to just blurt out anything, hurtful things, all over the place. And now learning how to bridle our tongue also too, man, that is real big. And it's things like this that the Most High is saying, it's like, get yourself together, or get your house together. And it's not just a physical house, it's this house. Things like this. It gets out of order so quickly. You get loose so quick. And this is the reason why that a lot of things take place, is because, we don't respond to things in a spiritual, mature way. And it's so easy for the devil to come in and to have us out of the spirit. So don't give in until things that you can see that it's gonna go left. You can tell, you can see it. We have to be able to discern it. And when you see somebody who is operating out of there, who is using their emotions for a weapon, we have to be able to see this and discern it. Don't allow people manipulate you with their emotions, because they'll do it all the time. The majority of the time, they're always going to be the ones who is right and never wrong. And then based upon their emotional reactions, they get you to confine into their narrative in the way that they feel. Because as long as they can do that, it's no consequence. I don't have to take responsibility for nothing if I could just put on this emotional act and then get you to feel sorry for me. And then you will say, well, it's my fault. Oh, well, cool. Good. I ain't got to take no responsibilities. I was the one who started it. I was the one who didn't want to listen, anything. Boom, I'm done. That's it. I'm good. So we have to be able to see this, family, and just to be able to examine ourselves and make sure that, we're not allowing ourselves to be victim of this. And then also that we're not the one who is doing it, but try to play the victim, because that happens all the time. Throwing rocks and hiding your hand. Oh, that wasn't me. I got all these different things going on, and you go into this emotional state. You got to watch that. You have to watch that, because things will come and get you out of the spirit so quick, and it's things that is happening right now that if we're not looking at ourselves, self-examining ourselves, gonna fold. So, with that being said, family, it's your brother Chris. I just pray that this was edifying. I just pray everybody have a beautiful and blessed day. Continue to keep your head up and your faith in Yah. Continue to go forward. Remember, no more playing the victim role. We all have to deal with ourselves. We all have to check ourselves. Make sure that you're not the one who is weaponizing your emotions to get what you want. That being said, family, peace and blessings, and shalom. Yes, indeed.